Hello there, my name is Cecilia and welcome. Today I have a guest. Her name, we call her Nasirian, but she will introduce herself. And like I always tell you, we are here to transform lives, especially of the single people. So be sure to stay tuned and we are going to learn a lot from our guest. Karibu.
Thank you. Hi, viewers. My name is Anne Nyambura, Nasirian, but I'm Anne Nyambura. Nasirian is my nickname, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
You're most welcome. I don't know why people call you Nasirian, but even from the way you're dressed, you look like a Nasirian. You don't look like a Nyambura.
I do, and I love it. Thank you.
Okay. So just tell us a little about who Nyambura is, what she does, and her journey. We want to hear more about it.
Okay. Nyambura is our pastor. That's the headline, the highlight. But I'm humbled. I'm a pastor. I minister in World Restoration Center, Gatalunkai, and I'm a last born. So I got this girl.
Oh, wow.
And I'm a very simple person. There is nothing complicated about me, but
Wow, I think it's very rare to find young people who are pastors. So I don't know how that journey has been for you with God. Maybe you can tell us just a little bit.
well, my journey in ministry, it hasn't been easy. Always the highest. I think in every meeting we go, because most pastors are men and women. So since my Bible school days, I was always the youngest. They used to call me Kasichana.
I can only imagine.
They were like, hey, Kasichana, Kasichana. So that was my nickname. Actually, most pastors from back in the day still call me Kasichana.
Wow.
So it has been fun, it has been educative, it has been challenging, and it forced me to grow up because you're spending time with elders, so there's no room to remain a baby, so I'm glad.
Wow.
I got to mature at a very young age, thanks to ministry.
We thank God for you. And for me, I love it when I meet young people who know, especially they are called into ministry, because it's not an easy path. I'm not sure if you've had any challenges or you had said no to the call to ministry. Probably you can let us know just a little bit about your struggle if you've had any of joining ministry.
Okay, when I was growing up, I didn't want to be a pastor. It wasn't my dream. It wasn't anywhere close to what I wanted to be. But God divinely called me to ministry when I was still in high school, still at Form 3.
High school?
Yeah, actually, many people didn't believe it at school, at home, because growing up, I was this hyped girl, noisy, troublemaker. So me being a pastor was like, hey. So nobody believed it. So it became a journey of me proving to everyone that it's true. And it's something that is between me and God. So it's just between me and God who know what is really happening. To everyone else, it's not happening. I remember I even went to Bible school on a lie. I had to lie to my parents.
Whoa.
I had to tell my mom that I'm going to Bible school, but not to become a pastor, to become a theology teacher. I want to be a lecturer. So I have to learn theology in a Bible school, then I advance it, then I'll become a lecturer.
That can still come later on in life. Who knows?
Exactly. So that is how my parents agreed to let me join a Bible school at that age. And so the journey has not always been easy. Ministries are not a walk in the park. It comes with its challenges, but His grace is always sufficient. And once you come to a place of understanding that this is my purpose of being, and this is the office I was called to be in, then the journey becomes bearable. The challenges, they leave you stronger and better. Actually, right now, every battle that I face, I take it as a learning opportunity. And I take it and I know that God has something in store. That's why I'm going through these particular hardships. So hardships for us should be a reason to celebrate. They are not a moment to worry, to question. Don't be anxious about anything. Just give thanks and wait upon the Lord.
Oh, wow. Wow. When I look at you, beyond the ministry, I think I see a woman who is beautiful. And that's my first impression of me when we first met. And I'm like, why would such a beautiful woman? I'm not saying,
I know.
I am not saying that people who are beautiful shouldn't be in ministry, but why not something else? Haven't you tried something else?
I've tried a lot, from beauty, I've been a model, I've been out there, business, I've done a lot outside ministry. But when God has called you into His office, you can run, but you cannot hide. He'll fetch you from wherever corner you get at and bring you at the center of it all. So I've tried so many other things, and
For example,
I've worked in a modeling agency. And I enjoyed it. It was my passion. I loved it. And I was out there doing it, and I love just being behind the camera, just posing, just enjoying the moment. But it came to a point I felt this is not it. I have a greater assignment to be fulfilling, and it didn't give me that satisfaction. You're doing something and at heart you're not at peace. So I decided to surrender to God. And along the way I was like, God, I'm becoming a pastor, but I don't want to be those pastors who are omba. I don't want to con anyone. I've seen pastors going debts. I've seen pastors being mocked because of their financial status. And I was like, God, I don't want that kind of life. I want a good life, soft life, not a soft life.
Everyone wants the soft life.
So I was like, God, if I'm serving you, okay, let me do this. So I've tried on the side to do businesses. I've been at a hotel, I've been at a boutique. I've tried to do so many things. As in I'm like, I did that.
You're surprised.
I'm surprised I did that. I've done a lot outside ministry until I came to realize that if you see someone saying that they are in full-time ministry, it is not out of laziness. God has burdened that someone with a greater assignment.
It's not out of laziness.
It isn't. You hear someone, I'm quitting my job, I'm closing my business. They are not crazy. They are answering to a greater call. And that call is so divine. When God is calling you, He is so loud. You can't miss it, you can't ignore it. So you try going into business. I'm not saying that pastors shouldn't work. I'm not saying they shouldn't invest. It is good, it is noble. But what I'm saying is that above it all, fulfill your God-given purpose. Because there are people that God is using as entrepreneurs, and they are a blessing to the kingdom and to the ministries. But there are people God has called to serve. God has just called them to be at His service. And I know people will say, oh, even Paul was tent making. Yes, he was. But there are people God has called to drop fishing and go fish for Him. Yeah.
Wow. So you were saying that the journey to ministry is not laziness, but also there's clarity that God is calling. Um, but let me flip that a little bit and look at it from, because this is a place where we impact the single people. How is that as a single person? You can just tell us just a little bit more.
Ministry as a single person. Ministry as a single person also comes with its lot of challenges. Like, as you meet someone, you say the first impression, hey, you're beautiful, hey, how are you? The guy will be so into you until it comes to, and what do you do? And then I'm like, I'm a pastor in the conversation.
It's about to turn around.
It's like the energy, the vibe. He started off with not just changes. Everything changes, and that is one of the challenge. And the other challenge is there are people now, the congregation, the church. There are people who still feel a single person is not good enough to be my pastor. Exactly, like some people feel like, what do you know? Some married people feel you can't counsel a married couple because you're not married. So those are some of the challenges I face as a single person in ministry. Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, you're in ministry, people can see this beautiful girl. How comes you are not married? I mean, how?
I know. Ask them. I know.
Have you had any relationship? How has it been?
Okay, then there's now the other issue of being beautiful. Everyone assumes you can't be single.
I don't expect you to be
So
single.
all the guys are like, hey, no, it's quite single. No, there has to be someone. But there is no one, actually, absolutely no one. I'm not in a relationship, I'm not in an entanglement, I'm not even crashing anyone. Like, I'm at my simplest.
Oh, wow.
It's just me, no one completely in the picture.
Have you had relationship in the past?
Yes, I have. I've had my share of ups and downs. I've been in a relationship. I've been in an entanglement. I've been in a confusion.
Are those part of the list that you should add on relationship thing?
They are very, sometimes you think we are in a relationship, whom it is you who is in a relationship with someone else. So that is a confusion. If you think, me and this guy are one big, but the guy is like, we're just friends. So I've been in search also.
Entanglement, confusion. There's another one I hear, complicated. I don't know what it means by complicated, because I haven't been in a complicated one.
Blessed that you should be grateful, because it's crazy. Like the whole, when you come to the whole relationship setup, people have different understandings for what a relationship is. There is someone you just, you talk, your friends, you go to the same church. The day you go have coffee in town, you become their fiancé.
Situationship.
Exactly. Like, you hear it from a third party and you're like, me and that guy. Hey, see, he told me we were even in town having coffee. Like, it was just coffee, but to him it meant something. So people understand relationships differently. Actually, someone recently told me that you should be saying, I'm not in any relationship I know of.
Because
maybe someone is in
people might be in relationship with you.
And you don't know, you think
they already put.
Exactly. You're taken and you're there thinking you're single. So as far as I'm concerned, what I know is that I'm single.
Wow. I think, and I would love to hear from you. I have had a few instances where, especially married people, detached from you because you're single. I don't know whether you've had that experience, but I would love to hear about it. But the other second thing is, how has it been for you to see your friends transition into marriage? Probably some have children.
I know.
How has that been for you?
I know. So there is that all your mates, you even go home and you're like, so and so got married, so and so has a child, they are having second bonds, and you're still there. And then you realize that my nephew, he just completed his Form 4, but he told me there was a time I was like, almost all my friends are getting married, and then he told me, until you cannot rush perfection.
Oh, wow.
And I think that is the wisest thing I've ever heard from a teenager.
I'm like,
I know. I'm like, you cannot rush perfection. He has been telling me that again and again. Every moment I'm like, hey, so and so got married. It's like, auntie, relax. Yours has to be perfect.
Wow.
And you don't rush perfection. You just can't rush perfection. So I have come to understand and take that. So I celebrate my friends' victories. You have a kid, I celebrate you. You've gotten married, I celebrate you. I congratulate you. I know my time will come, and I know my man will come. And about people detaching because they've gotten married and I'm still single. Actually, that has also been a very great challenge, even in my ministry. Because, in ministry, most of the pastors are men. So if I'm meeting up with a pastor, we are planning a mission, or we are planning a meeting, it's just me and him, some wives feel some type of a way. I've had actually someone come and blankly tell me that I wasn't comfortable with you working with my husband because you're still single. And the man is a reverend, I'm a pastor. Like, every meeting we ever had was purely ministry. So I came to understand that not everyone is comfortable. So it also made me to detach myself from some of the people. Everyone that I noticed, you look at me in some type of a way, then I will keep my distance from your husband, just for your peace of mind. And there are also those friends who get married and they feel like they have achieved it all.
We have arrived.
Yeah, and so they feel you are so less in so many ways. You don't qualify to hang out with me. You don't qualify to tell me anything because I'm married. I've had these friends who, every conversation, it has to be my husband. My husband likes this, my husband. And you are like, okay.
Do you have a life?
Okay, I get you, I hear you. You have a husband, I don't. It doesn't make me any less.
Viewers, do you hear that? It doesn't make you any less, whether you're married or not.
Exactly. You can still live a fulfilled life. You can still achieve more and a lot. You don't have to, it is not a disability. Some people like some people highlight this, hey, you're single, hey, you're not married, like it's a disability. It's not. And even if it was, disability is not inability. So it doesn't mean that we should just sit in a place, have a post a pity party, I'm not married, I'm single. Come on.
My goodness.
We shouldn't, So you getting married and you start looking at the single ladies like they are some people with some kind of, disorder, you're not, there is something very wrong with you. That is why you're still single at your age. Nothing is wrong with me. Like, what is...
I feel your vibe, man. I feel your vibe.
Like, what could possibly be wrong with me? Like, have you seen me? So there's that. Some people feel, hey, you're not married. Hey, now I'm married, you're not. They detach. And so others, you have to detach yourself because others not. They start becoming unnecessarily toxic, and you're like, I don't need these energies around me. I don't need you to keep rubbing it in my face that you have a husband and I don't. I don't need that.
Wow. Where? I feel you, girl, by the way. I feel you. Me and you, same tribe.
I know.
Because I'm like, who said that when you get married, I should get married? Exactly. It's your life, it's my life. What if God I don't know. What if he just decide I'm not going to get married? What will I do?
Exactly.
Does it mean I'll stop
And
living?
you know, it is he who has a plan for me, not you, not anyone, not any man. You know, it is God who knows, and you know, God knows seasons and time belong to Him. He knows this is my season to be single, and He knows this is my time to get married. So when that time comes, He'll provide the husband. So I don't have to keep missing out on my season of being single, looking forward to the season of getting married. I'm enjoying this time. I'm enjoying it while it lasts.
Wow.
You know, there are things once you cross over, you'll not get the privilege to enjoy. So I'm enjoying getting home late. I'm enjoying having.
Can you talk about that? Can you just talk about that?
The freedom, you know, the freedom. Like, it is so satisfying. Like, when I hang out with, you know, we are somewhere in a fellowship with some mamas, and suddenly everyone is like, this Hangati, and I'm just there. No hurry. I get home when I get home.
We can stay till morning.
I get home when I get home. There's no one to ask, where have you been? You know, phones are ringing around me. Mine is just quiet because I'm like, you know. So I feel like it is a season for us, and when you embrace the season, then you get to see the positive part of it, and you get to enjoy it. But if you view at it like you're not complete, then you miss out on a lot.
Wow. I love having this conversation with you. My goodness. And I would just want to know, maybe for a viewer who's feeling pressure to get married, because there's a lot of pressure that comes to get married. Sometimes it's come from our parents, and it's not like they're ill meaning. Sometimes it might also come from people that are so dear to us. What is your perspective about having a lot of pressure from people that not ill meaning, they actually mean well, but then the way they phrase it, it makes you feel like, did we have to get there?
Yeah. So the pressure is there, and it gets real as years move, and they come from the closest people. Like you said, no, mom is there. She wants grandchildren, so she'll be there counting all your classmates. You remember so-and-so. The pressure is always there, but I've learned to wisely, you know, laugh it off. Because the moment you get offended and you give your relative, your mom, your friend, a negative answer, it becomes, you know, worse than what they intended. Because
They take it personally.
Yeah, as you said, they mean well. They want the best for you. They want you to have a family. They want you to have kids, and it's a blessing. So I've learned, instead of getting negative and defensive, you know, the first thing you want to get defensive. I've learned, don't get defensive about it. Just find a way of laughing it off. Find a way of taking it lightly. Because if you take it with that much intensity, then it goes and it wounds you. Because you also desire marriage. Because it's also like, you know, it's in my mind, it's, you know, so I've learned to laugh it off and take that moment lightly. Yeah.
Wow. I think our time is much gone.
Oh.
And I've loved having this conversation with you. I would want to have this conversation with you again. I would want us to talk about living a wholesome life as a single person, but more so as a single person who fears God. And maybe before we conclude, you can just tell us what is your message to a single person who wants to live their life for God, but the pressure around the way the society has been so sexualized right now has become too much. And to be honest, I think I love to tell young people, it's okay to remain single. It's okay not to have sex when you're single. It's okay not to do those other things because it's your path with God. You know, you don't want to please everyone else and go wrong on God, because then who do you become? So you don't know what you can tell a single person, just to encourage them, just to inspire them, even as we finish.
And so my message to every single person is find a way to enjoy this season. understand it is a season. A day will come and think that your story will change. So don't leave the season complaining. Find a way to enjoy it. The little things about being single is what they make the whole journey fulfilling. So don't miss out on being single, and don't let it limit you. Achieve everything. You can achieve as much as you can right now. You can be the greatest even as a single person. It is not a limitation, and you shouldn't. So you can dream big. You can live big. You can live to see that vision come to pass even as a single person. So let us not look at it as a limitation. Let us achieve our best. These are the years, even the Bible says that these are the best years. The years when you still have all your strength. So don't waste your best years complaining. Don't waste your best years sitting around, having a pity party, I wish, and making wishes. Go out there and make an impact. Go out there and touch lives. Go out there and make an history that someday you look back and be like, I did this in my prime years. Because this is the years you have your strength, all strength, mental, spiritual. So live a fulfilled life. Live right, live for God. Don't compromise. Don't, sometimes there's always an option to compromise, and it's the shortcut and the easy way, but it's not the right way. It comes with its consequences. So let's choose to live right. Let's choose to live for God, because God is faithful. God knows what He has for us in store, and He has good plans for every one of us. So let us enjoy being single. Let us learn to embrace the season. Let us learn to laugh off the pressures, because these are our people and they mean well. These are our parents, they are our siblings, they are our friends, they are people in our inner circles, they are people who love us and genuinely want the best for us. Just as sometimes they miss it, because they feel so and so did this, we could be doing the same. So let's learn to also take the pressure lightly, and that way it becomes bearable.
Wow. Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure to host you. I love your perspective of being single, and to be honest, I'm like, wow. We need to have this conversation again, and I will definitely look for you. So we can only promise our viewers there will be part 2 coming.
Yes, sure, that's true.
You better wait for it. So how can people find you?
Okay, on Facebook, there's Anne Nyambura, and my contact. Can I share my contact?
Yes, you can share. We can share with them if they want. If you are a single man and you want this girl, I can give you for free.
Absolutely. She's ready for taking. So my contact is 0714088278.
Okay, we'll have this on the screen so that if you would like to talk to her, if you're a young person and you need someone to inspire and challenge you, trust me, she's the girl to go out to. And thank you for having me.